Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Manne Shastra Vistare Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukhapadma Vinishrata. Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for our continuation of Bhagavad Gita course. Currently, we are seeing the section of Bhakti Yoga, chapters from 7 through 12. Currently, we are in chapter number 10, the opulence of the Absolute, that is Vibhuti Yoga. So, may I request some devotee to help me with the overview? Maybe, yeah, Pratish Patra Prabhu, can you just say the overview of the chapter?
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Right.
So this chapter name is Vibhuti Yoga, Opulence of the Absolute. In the first 7 verses, it has been described how Krishna is the source of everything, and 8 to 11 is Chatushloki Gita. After that, 12 to 18, Arjuna accepts Krishna. It has been Arjuna accepts Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, and then the last part, 19 to 42, it has been described how we can know Krishna through his vibhutis, opulences.
Okay. In the third 12 to 18, Arjuna's acceptance, and also there is a request. That request opens up for the, what you call, Vibhuti Yoga section of in this chapter. Thank you, Prabhu. And so currently we are in the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, Chatushloki section of the Gita. Okay, we saw the verses 8 and 9 last time. So we are proceeding with 10 and 11. So somebody can help me with what did we see in the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita? And verse number 8 talks about very prominent thing. So what all the aspects we saw in verse number 8? And would like to volunteer? Yeah, Deepak Sutar.
Hare Krishna. In 8th verse, like it is a synopsis of the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita.
Summary, synopsis, yes. Okay.
Like 9th and 10th and 11th will be like its explanation. And in the 8th we have like Sambandh, Abhiday and Prayojan.
Okay.
Sambandh is like Lord is the source of everything, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. And Abhite is Bhajate Mam, and Prayojan is Buddha and Bhav Samanvita. And
Okay.
Buddha will be like explained in the 10th and 11th, and Bhav Samanvita will be explained in 9th.
It's not Buddha, it is Buddha.
Buddha.
Because otherwise it is Lord Buddha. Or sometimes people say Buddhu. It's not Buddhu, it's Buddha. Buddha is more learned, Buddha is completely ignorant. Okay. You are good. So we saw this Aham Sarvasya Prabhu is the only line that is for Sambandha Prabhu.
No, Prabhu. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu and Matta Sarvam Pravadati.
Okay, good. So that's how the synopsis of the verse or the summary goes into. Abhidaya Prayojan and what you call Sambandha is also spoken about. And what you call the verses which are going to. So what is spoken in 9th verse?
In 9th, Bhav.
In 9th verse, what is spoken with respect to Abhideya, Sambandha, and this thing?
Abhiday and Prayojan.
Abhideya and Prayojan. Okay. So where is the Sambandha spoken then?
In 8th, Prabhu.
Good. Okay. Sometimes. So synopsis, the explanation where is Sambandha, it goes. Sambandha is already spoken here in 2 lines. So Abhideya and Prayojan is also spoken. But Abhideya and Prayojan is briefly explained in in verse 9. And 10 and 11 will talk about what?
10 and 11 is Abhidev.
Okay, good. Okay, now, thank you. So, anybody would like to say, what is this? Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate. Both appears like I am the source of everything, everything emanates from me. So, what did we try to see in that? Both lines appear to be same, right? Yes. Mayuresh Prabhu.
Yes. So, Proji, you shared that actually Lord is only means you give an example, two example. One is a one example about a spider. So, spider.
First, just tell me what is, I just want crisp answer, no details. You tell me what is first line, what is second line. Both appears to be like everything is coming from me. What is the difference? I just want two words. That's all.
Okay.
Other things I agree with you. You have understanding, no doubt. I just want two words.
So means जो प्रोडक्ट है क्रिएशन के वो भगवान से आते हैं और जो क्रिएटर है वो भी भगवान है.
Yeah, so what is that words? Good. At least your explanation is correct. I agree. What are the words?
Yes.
Did we say some words into that specifically or no? Oh, I was just saying product and that's why I try to catch the words. That is important.
Yes. That I don't know was.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
no problem. At least you came this far. I'm good. Your understanding is correct. Okay. Yeah, Shantanu Prabhu maybe.
In the first line, Krishna says that he's the material cause,
Very good.
and that's supplying all the ingredients. And second line, he says he's the nimitta karan,
Mm.
and he controls and supports everything.
Yes, good. So that's the difference. So first, when he's saying the material cause, so all the ingredients that for required for this, our bodies or all the material nature, whatever is there, that is also coming from him. And at the same time, the whole design, everything, whatever is required, that instrument, and even the controllership, when he says I am operating, controlling, means same in the second aspect. From him creation comes, from him maintenance comes, and from him there is annihilation. So all that aspects are also covered very nicely in that. Good. Okay. Then bhajate we saw, and then what do you call? We see bhava samanvita. Okay. In verse number 9, then bhava samanvita. Any would like to highlight? What did we see in verse 9? How did we try to see in bhava samanvita there? The verse says Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kathayantascha Mamityam Tushanti Cha Ramanti Cha. Okay, firstly, what is Abhideya in that or what is Prayojan in that? Anyone else apart from Deepak Sutar? What is Abhideya in that? Because that verse is talking about Abhideya and Prayojan. What is Abhideya? What is Prayojan? If you understood what is Abhideya, you will say, yeah. Asim Prabha Prabhu. Yes.
Abhideya is Machitta Madgat Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kathayantascha Mam Nityam.
Okay, good.
And Tusyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. These are the two is the Prayojan.
Very good. So, and is there something related to 9 processes of devotional service, which is a part of Abhideya for Bhakti Yogis? Is there anything coming in that verse, Prabhu? I spoke something related to Machitta is this, Bodhayanta Parasparam is this, Kathayantasta is this, and etc. So that indicates the Abhideya. If you know what is Abhideya process for Bhakti Yogis, then you can answer. Yes, Mandar Prabhu. Thank you, Asim Prabhu.
Guruji, Kathayantascha Mam Nityam. It is Kirtan aspect.
Very good.
And Bodhayantaste Parasparam, it is Shravanam.
Very good.
Yeah, Shravanam.
Very good.
And Machitta Madgata Prana means I am remembering, that is Smaranam.
Smaranam. And it indicates all other processes
All
also.
other process also.
And this is our Abhideya aspect. Our Abhideya is what? We do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And that is our practice, right? We chant the holy names, we do Krishna Katha, So all that aspect, we serve the Lord, all the things come into. And Tushanti cha, Ramanti cha, that are the aspect of one, what you call, is satisfied in devotional service, and one enjoys and have an ecstatic bliss in devotional service. See, I'm taking this revision of this so that if somebody has missed, so that they get revised, and these are very important verses. That's why I'm taking some more time to give, so that it helps you with the flow. Certain sections I will go fast. So because in the Vibhuti Yoga section, everything I'm in this, I'm in this, I'm in this, I'll go a little faster there. So I'm just spending a little more time so that it is. Okay, now coming to the verse number 10 and 11, that will talk about how he gives Buddha, he himself gives buddhi for even understanding him. This buddhi is not material intelligence that is talking. Okay, I just share the screen. Okay. Yeah. Mandar Prabhu, you can, sorry, I will recite to us. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Yes, Prabhu, please read.
Translation. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
You see, by which they can come to me. For whom tesham satata yuktana means those devotees, those who are like in the previous verse, which is already machitta matagata prana bodhayanta parasma kathayanta shamam nityam, who are already like that. Tesham, unto them. What does he do? Tesham satata yuktanam, those who are connected, and bhajatam priti purvakam, and they are doing, practicing, they are serving me with their hearts, loving me, and unto them dadami buddhi yogam, I myself supply. That Buddha aspect is buddhi yogam, so that they can practice Krishna consciousness. They can come to me. Yena mam upayanti te, so that they can come to me. That's what Krishna is saying. So what does it mean here? See, one thing, if you have buddhi, that is very good. Then you utilize that buddhi for understanding Krishna and dwell deeper into the Krishna, what you call, advance into bhakti by knowing Krishna, trying to know Krishna more and more. If you don't have buddhi, also, Krishna is saying, what does it mean is, for example, bhajatam priti purvakam. Yes, those who are advanced devotees, for them priti purvakam, it's very easy for them, loving devotion service. At a stage for a sadhaka, it may be not be, we may not have so much love, or we may not have that priti purvakam also aspect, but at least one aspect is very important. That is what, at this level, at least sincerely one is trying to serve the Lord under the guidance of spiritual master. Okay, may not having so much buddhi, but sincerely, what our guru is saying, whatever the process is giving, sincerely trying to follow. Then what happens? Krishna is saying, those who already have, they want more, I will give them more buddhi. Those who not having, but sincerely ready in connected to me and practicing machitta, madgata prana, bodhayanta parasma, he's trying his best, whatever within the capacity, whatever he has. Krishna says, I supply more. I give them to me, understand me. So that is the Abhidheya expectation. So that what? He can sincerely practice and come. We find in Krishna consciousness also, we have seen that it's not only those devotees who are intellect or who are having so much, they are only advancing. No. Anybody who's sincerely practicing, we saw that in the path of Krishna consciousness, they become closer to Krishna. It's not more about what you call, it is more about one's sincere practice, and then accordingly Krishna also supplies more and more. So it is nowhere referring to the material intelligence here. It is referring to the intelligence that Krishna supplies for him, to know about him more and more. So that is what it is. So at a sadhaka stage, our sincere practice, and the same sincere practice is at the beginning stage of our Priti Purvakam only. Advanced stage, it is more natural. No problem. He comes to know more and more about Krishna. But our sincerity in practice, we all see that in Prabhupada disciples. One of the reasons why Prabhupada disciples, those were hippies, many of them were hippies at the initial stages, practically not qualified if you see from any angle. They have never heard about Krishna, anything. Sincere to the words of spiritual master. That is, sincerely, they followed the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, endeavored their best, and they give their. And we find that many of them, the kind of intelligence they have, the kind of presentations they make. All of you know that there's one crazy Peter, proper disciple. So all that crazy things which they didn't want in the temple, he used to do. If something is going on, he used to lie down at the entrance of the temple only. What a advertisement for our own temple. So many things. But later on, the same devotee went on to become Kushakrit Prabhu, who translated so many works of our previous acharyas in the refined Sanskrit language into English. In the BBT, you find that. So, where is crazy Peter? But he was sincere enough that to practice, and then went on to become such. Many, many examples. Even we find when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India, this famous pastime about the Brahmana in the Sri Rangam. All other Brahmanas were laughing and making jokes at him because he was trying to read the book of Bhagavad Gita, but he doesn't know. And even his recitation was not proper. His Sanskrit was not proper. But still, then when Mahaprabhu happened to go for the 4 months of Chaturmas there, he happened to see this Brahmana in the temple. And at the same time, he's shedding tears. Mahaprabhu said to him, "Hey, how is that? That you are shedding tears? And how is that? Despite you are not able to read properly and all this, and still you are endeavoring to do so." He said, "Because my Guru told me to do so. That every day he told me to do. So with whatever capacity I have, I'm trying to read it." Okay, that is okay, you are trying to read. But what about shedding tears? He said, "At least when I see this beautiful form of Krishna becoming Bhaktavatsala, becoming the charioteer of Arjuna, that the Bhaktavatsala of Krishna brings tears in my eyes. How the Lord is ready to become even a charioteer for his own devotees." So like that. So that is what, because then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "You have understood the Gita properly." So at the end of the day, Dadami Buddhitam for what? Bhava Samanvita. So that you have that love for Krishna. So it's very important. Says this buddhi is very important. Sometimes even in our own society. That's why it's very important that we have a striking or a very good balance between what is called seva and shravan. Sometimes in the name of shravan, okay, I mean, what do you call it? Seva, 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 seva. And then physical seva has been given, people do very enthusiastically because they have not heard properly. They are not known for what I'm serving for, and over a period of time, too much of seva, not so much of shravan. Then what happens? People leave, get frustrated. They feel like, working here in ISKCON is much more than what I work outside. बाहर काम करने से मुझे जितना मिल जाता है, यहाँ तो I do, because he does not see it as a seva. He does not see, because he has not heard for what is it. So the enthusiasm also over the period of time get lost because he has not done shram properly. So people get frustrated, fried out also with the seva. With the initial they take so much. That's why there should be a balance of shravan. And only shravan, sometimes people, that is good, but only shravan. And then so much of knowledge, and so this thing doesn't want to do physical seva or doesn't want to render. It's a natural outcome of shravan should be, there should be some services, because what is bhakti? Bhakti is, after all, what does it say? Engaging with our body, mind, and vacha, kaya, manasa, vacha. All that things has to be utilized in the service of the Lord. Why will a devotee ever think that I will not engage my hands or anything in the service of the Lord? And sometimes if they are too much of doing that, then can enter into the zone of Shushka Jnani. He knows so much of it. But when it comes to services, when it comes to, he may not do it. And then he may have what you call ego of I know this much, I know this, I know this, I know this. Everything you speak to him, he will tell quotes, wonderful explanation. So that's why in order to have balance of both, there should be seva, there should be shravan, both. This combination is very important, because seva done with understanding for whom I am doing, why I am doing, shravan aspect. Then you develop love for Krishna, and your enthusiasm in seva will be also most important. And similarly, along with our shravan, there should be service, because the shravan should transform into giving more and more service to the Lord. Sometimes we find in society, even in voices or many places, this kind of thing is there. So somebody are what you call trying to study the scriptures so much, people say pura jnani. It's really improper to say even a jnani word to them. He's studying scripture of Bhagavatam only. No? He's studying Bhagavad Gita. He's studying Prabhupada. Studying of Prabhupada books is never called as a jnani. वो बहुत पढ़ रहे थे ज्ञानी. Jnani is totally different, Baba. He focuses on impersonal. You can say on the practical level, okay, some service has to be added in, but somebody is so much interested in what you call in scriptures. Glorious. Really, to get the taste in scriptures is not so easy. To get taste for Prabhupada books is not so easy. Many times it has to be regulated, it has to be pushed in order to get it. So reading of Prabhupada books, reading Bhakti scriptures, it's not what you call somebody becoming jnana. No, actually it's inappropriate. It's completely wrong to say somebody is want to study more. Yeah, on a practical level, I've expect, because he wants it should not become a means of escapism for services. That is one thing. So that, and sometimes somebody is rendering so much physical seva. You see, many of the time the concept is somebody is doing so much of physical seva is glorified, thinking that case, oh, kitna kar rahe hain. But what about his Shravan? No, Prabhu, he is a practical man, but his focus is wherever, because to move things we need physical things. But how long? The body one day is going to become weak only. But that time, if you do not have gathered parallelly along with that the substance of what you are working for, then that time you will be bewildered. One may feel that, oh, I simply wasted, because we are not developed taste for the holy name. We are not developed taste for what you call why I am serving, for whom I am serving. And when challenges, difficulty comes, and physically one may not be able to render over a period of time. That's why when we are young, when a body is fit, we should utilize in the seva, at the same time shravan. And if the body is old, it cannot be given, but at the same time, once once shravan, one should be able to give kathayantas, one able to give kirtan, one should be able to speak whatever one have done. So please remember, it's a combination of both, and Krishna helps in getting that buddhi to all of us. So that he's explaining that. So it's very important that we have a right kind of balance, not extreme of only one thing. So both are required. So let's see this. Yeah, Prabhu, continue to read the purport.
In this verse, the word Buddhi Yogam is very significant. We may remember that in the second chapter, the Lord instructing Arjun said that he had spoken to him of many things, and that he would instruct him in the way of Buddhi Yoga. Now Buddhi Yoga is explained. Buddhi Yoga itself is action in Krishna consciousness. That is the highest intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence, and Yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. When one tries to go back home, back to Godhead, and takes fully to Krishna consciousness and devotional service, his action is called Buddhi Yoga.
Yeah, so maybe one more word. Completed, yeah.
In other words, Buddhi Yoga is the process by which one gets out of the entanglement of this material world. The ultimate goal of progress is Krishna. People do not know this, Therefore, the association of devotees and a bona fide spiritual master are important.
Yeah, so one more thing, one should not think this Buddhi Yoga when Krishna uses words. Buddhi Yoga means utilizing work for intelligence in order to get connected to the Supreme. That is the meaning. This Buddhi Yoga is not like Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So this fifth one is Buddhi Yoga. This is no way the paths. All others are paths. So Buddhi Yoga is not a path here. Buddhi Yoga is just mentioning utilizing one's intelligence in order to get connected to Krishna. That is the meaning. It is nothing, in other terms, it is nothing but bhakti. That is what it is. Okay.
When a person knows the goal of life but is addicted to the fruits of activities, he is acting in Karma Yoga. When he knows that the goal is Krishna but he takes pleasure in mental speculations to understand Krishna, he is acting in Jnana Yoga. And when he knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in Bhakti Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, which is the complete yoga.
See, I said Buddhi Yoga is not different from Bhakti Yoga. It's very clear. So one should not think that is another process altogether like Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. No, no, no. This is okay. Now you see what I was trying to speak. Please, Prabhupada makes it very clear. Okay.
A person may have a bona fide spiritual master and may be attached to a spiritual organization, but if he is still not intelligent enough to make progress, then Krishna from within gives him instructions so that he may ultimately come to him without difficulty. The qualification is that a person always engage himself in Krishna consciousness and with love, and devotion renders all kinds of services. He should perform some sort of work for Krishna, and that work should be with love. If a devotee is not intelligent enough to make progress on the path of self-realization, but is sincere
See, but is sincere and devoted.
and devoted to the activities of devotional service, the Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately attain to him.
Oh, you see, this is the words Prabhupada is saying. If a devotee is not intelligent enough to make progress on the path, but if he is sincere, he is sincere, that is referring, because at this stage, as I said, we do not have love, but at least we have ready to follow the instructions of Guru, sincerely ready to follow whatever is given as a program for us. That is sincerity, and devoted to the activities of devotion service. That is there. Next, 11th verse. Teshamevanukampaर्थam aham ajnanajam tama nashayami atmabhavasto jnanadipena bhashvatah. So he emphatically says, okay, yeah, Deepak Sutar.
To show them special mercy, I dwell in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
Yeah, darkness born of Tesham evanukampartham. To show special mercy to them. What is aham ajnanajam tama. Whatever there's ajnana is there in their hearts because they are sincerely practicing. What is this ajnana? Ajnana is nothing but our ignorance is nothing but kama, krodha, lobha, moha. Whatever is covering our real intelligence, misidentifying ourselves into this world, that thing he dispels. Makes it very clear. Oh, I am a servant of Krishna and nashyami atma bhavastu. I completely with what? Jnana Deepena, with the light of knowledge. All of us know, right? Ignorance, or it is referred to darkness. What happens in darkness? Uh, in childhood, I know that one time, like in the midnight, I just saw sudden one thing, like something. Then I shouted loudly. And Father, I said, what happened? He switched on the lights, and I said, I just saw it in the darkness and went inside the bed. I wanted to go to washroom. Then I saw something in the bed and went inside. And in the bed, I started crying. I mean, shouting like anything. So my father said he switched on the lights, and he said, I said, there is ghost there. There is ghost there. There is ghost there. My father said, where is ghost? I said, no, I don't do. You don't pull me out of my bed. And somehow he said, where is the ghost? He pulled me and showed me. He said, it's a fan. In those days, the table fans used to be there. So table fan in darkness, it was making sound and it was looking like somebody's face and that from distance. So it appeared so horrifying. I was just, I think, 6, 7, 8 years. what I mean to say is, in darkness, we imagine, we see things wrongly. And as soon as light is switched on and somebody poses you very clearly, oh, okay, we become very clear. This is what is. Similarly, when you're in ignorant state in this world, which is referring to darkness, we have our own conception about life. We have our own conception of living. And somebody throws light, that is Krishna's showing that, Are, how you are my part and parcel, how you are suffering in this world and how you are connected to me. All that becomes very clear. That is a glory of light. All of us know that. In darkness, it's very difficult to walk also. You have seen that in darkness, as soon as there is light, you are very confident. That is the beauty of knowledge. And what to speak of knowledge about Krishna? Automatically, you in light, you see, all of you, in sunlight is there. You are very confident where to walk, what to go, where to go. Otherwise, if it is dark light and there is no lights, every step is very cautious. And you become suspicious. And you just keep on speculating in darkness. शायद ये ऐसा हो सकता है, नरम लग रहा है तो शायद कुछ ये हो सकता है. Everything you have to speculate or you have to do something. But as soon as there is light, you get to see, oh, this is this, this is this, this is this. It becomes very clear. So that's why Gnana Deepe, Krishna is saying, I dispel his ignorance. So like that. Because in darkness one feels, ignorance one feels, Kama is good, Krodha is also good. Because it helps me to achieve my own desires to be fulfilled in this world. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. But we don't understand that itself is actually is binding me in this world, in samsara. Like that. Yeah, let's see the purport of Prabhupada. Yes, Prabhu, please complete.
When Lord Chaitanya was in Banaras, promulgating the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Thousands of people were following him. Prakashanand Saraswati, a very influential and learned scholar in Banaras at that time, derided Lord Chaitanya for being a sentimentalist. Sometimes Mayavadi philosophers criticize the devotees because they think that most of the devotees are in the darkness of ignorance and are philosophically naive sentimentalists. Actually, that is not a fact. There are very, very learned scholars who have put forward the philosophy of devotion. But
yeah, we have, if you see if we can see the, what you call, scholarship of Prabhupada, the scholarship of how scholarly our previous acharyas are, how scholarly Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, despite being Grihastha, you can see that. And our further previous acharyas, Jiva Goswami, or our 6 Goswamis, and the kind of writings, the kind of they are given to all of us. If you deeply dive, then we understand what is the wealth given to us. If you do not open the, what you call, the locker in which the wealth is there, how do we really understand there is ever wealth inside it? So that time our appreciation for Prabhupada, appreciation for our parampara becomes very much. We have that. So not that devotees are practicing sentimentally, the chanting the holy name or this thing. Even for, it's very important. That's why it's very important for us to have that understanding why we are doing what we are doing. Okay. But even if a devotee
does not take advantage of their literatures or of his spiritual master, if he is sincere in his devotional service, he is helped by Krishna himself within his heart. So the sincere devotee engaged in Krishna consciousness cannot be without knowledge. The only qualification is that one carry out devotional service in full Krishna consciousness.
Okay.
Due to contamination of material association, through many millions of births, one's heart is always covered with the dust of materialism. But when one engages in devotional service and constantly chants Hare Krishna, the dust quickly clears and one is elevated to the platform of pure knowledge. The ultimate goal, Vishnu, can be attained only by this chant and by devotional service, and not by mental speculation or argument. The pure devotee does not have to worry about the material necessities necessities of life. He need not be anxious because when he removes the darkness from his heart, everything is provided automatically by the Supreme Lord, who is pleased by the devotional, loving devotional service of the devotee. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. By studying Bhagavad Gita, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord and engage himself in pure devotional service.
So that's what Krishna say. I mean, Prabhupada is saying in his purport. So that's how this buddhi. So Lord is saying, Dadami buddhi yogam tam and jnana deepena bhasvata. So that's how he will help the devotee to practice and so that reach the ultimate and complete knowledge of Krishna. That is what that is. Now, next, coming to next verses from 12th to 18th, this section, Arjuna's acceptance and request. Now, Arjuna's from 12th, 13th, around 14, through 3 verses will tell about his acceptance. What does he accept? How does he accept the words of Krishna? And how does he accept Krishna that has been spoken? And then he is going to request something. In an effect, from 8 to 11, when this Chatushloki is spoken, practically everything has come in that. What do you call? What is your sambandha with the Lord? What is that? Once you know the sambandha, you want to know how to, what do you call, proceed with that sambandha, that is abhideya, and what I'm supposed to reach as ultimate goal. That is very clear. Then done. So after this, actually, Arjuna, what he is going to speak is the end of Gita. It is done, actually, because it is what he is going to speak next is like practically is very clear what Krishna is speaking to him, or what Krishna has spoken, and what is the position of Krishna becomes very clear. And he gives his own, his understanding. Second, he gives what do you call, he substantiates by not only me, because somebody might doubt I am a friend of Krishna, so that's why for flattering. No, the sages like Devala, Vyasa, and all of them, they are also. And finally, he says, Krishna, you yourself have spoken about it. So he makes it very clear about this thing. So that's why Arjuna's acceptance has been shown. And next, Arjuna's request. Then he further requests. Then why does then Gita go ahead? Gita goes ahead because Arjuna, in order to establish the position of Krishna for further, so that nobody says that nobody will claim himself as God, he makes that, okay, Krishna, please, I request you to show your vibhutis. I request you to show your universal form. And there is further discussion, and that's how the other chapters open up. Other chapters are opening up in order to only put the Krishna's position into that. So so that nobody in future will claim. It is more or less for establishing the position. So for himself, it is very clear what is Krishna's position, who is Krishna, and that has been that's all. So that's why it is said that more or less here the Gita ends, because he knows what to do. But further questions he requests. That requests are in order to establish for others' sake. You will find in the purports of Prabhupada also why what Arjuna wants to say. Okay. Arjuna vacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam adidevam majam vibhum ahustvam rishaya sarve devarshi naradastatha asito devala vyasaha swayam chaiva bravishime. Okay, Shantanu Prabhu.
Translation. Arjuna said, You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me.
Yeah. So Arjuna himself is saying, it's Param Brahma, Param Dhama. Very clear. You are the supreme, super complete. And what is Prabhupada referring? Supreme, yeah, supreme truth, he translates as. Okay. Param Dhama, supreme abode or supreme shelter, it is called. Pavitram. the pure, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, you are Purusham Shashvatam. That he says that you are the eternal personality. You are what you call Divyam, Adidevam. You are unborn. You are supreme, Vibhu. You are the beginning, Adidevam. Then all these words, all these qualifiers he uses to say that to after hearing all this till now, he puts these are the qualifiers. So Krishna, you are this, 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 and I have understood this. This is says, and I am not saying because I have understood. He's saying even this has been what he call told by the rishis. The who are the he quotes even the rishis. Devarshi, Narada, Asitulo, Devala, Vyasa, and now Swayam Cheva Bhavishyan. Even you yourself have told. If you see the previous section also, where he says that many of the times I am Ajam and I am Anadim, I am Lokamaheshwaram, all that verses we saw, and even the previous chapters, many places he keeps on saying Param Brahma, I am Param Dhama, many verses we keep on finding. So Arjuna is in sense concluding, saying that this is what it is very clear to me. So three authorities are quoted here. Authority of Arjuna oneself. So that's why Prabhupada used to say, if one has to understand the conclusion of Gita, we should understand what was the conclusion of Arjuna. So this was our conclusion of Arjuna about Krishna. Second, what is the conclusion? And his second authorities he quotes is, it's not me only. Because as I said, somebody may say that, okay, he's his friend, that's fine. No. Arjuna's understanding, he is the first student. So his understanding has to be, because it is between conversation between them. So his understanding carries weight. And our understanding should match with the understanding of Arjuna. That then only we can say our understanding is, that's the Prabhupada. How should we understand Bhagavan? Just like Prabhupada used to say, how shall we understand Gita? Just like Arjuna understood. Because he is the first student. He is the original student. Second, Arjuna says, it's not me only, it's the authorities like Devala, Narada, Vyasa, Asitula. Because yes, the Pandavas have again and again heard, like Krishna used to come. As a relative, they have seen Krishna, but still, all the sages used to say in the in the palace or whenever they visited the kingdom, either it is Narada or other sages, oh, this Krishna, he is the Supreme Lord. He is the Supreme Lord. So they know that. So they are referring to the words of the great souls. And Swayam Cheva Bravishimi. And now you yourself are speaking to it. So that is what it is. So this he quotes these three authorities in that sense. Okay. Now every word will be explained. Prabhupada goes and this thing. Okay, bro, please read.
Report. Arjuna, after hearing the essential four verses of Bhagavad Gita 10.8 to 11, in this chapter, became completely free from all doubts and accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He at once boldly declares, you are Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And previously, Krishna stated that he is the originator of everything and everyone.
Where he said?
10.8.
Yes. What is that line?
Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate.
Very good. Okay. Next.
Now, by his grace, Arjun is accepting him as the supreme truth in concordance with the Vedic injunction. It is not that because Krishna is Arjuna's intimate friend, Arjun is flattering him by calling him the supreme personality of Godhead, the absolute truth. Whatever Arjun says in these two verses is confirmed by Vedic truth. Vedic injunctions affirm that only one who takes to devotional service to the Supreme Lord can understand him, whereas others cannot. Each and every word of this verse spoken by Arjun is confirmed by Vedic injunction.
Yeah, because somebody say, okay, whatever Arjuna is saying, somebody may say as like intimate friend, as Prabhupada is saying, but is it in line with what the Vedic scripture say? Yes, it is in line. That's why even Arjuna's friendship with Krishna is okay. But whatever he's speaking is in line with the scriptures. That's why his words carry weight. That is most important. Okay.
In the Kena Upanishad, it is stated that the Supreme Brahman is the rest for everything. And Krishna has already explained that everything is resting on him. The Mundaka Upanishad confirms that the Supreme Lord, in whom everything is resting, can be realized only by those who engage constantly in thinking of him.
Yeah. So first thing when Arjuna is saying Param Brahma, like we are also Brahma. Even a living entity is also Brahma, but he's Param Brahma. That difference is there. One cannot equate. Just because he is Brahma, I am Brahma, so we both are same. And so that cannot be. But that is not possible. That we are seeing. Param Brahma is the only word used for the Supreme Lord. Okay. Or Param Brahman. Param Brahma. Or and now when he's talking about his resting, this is Param Dhama aspect. Dhama is abode. Abode is meant for what? Shelter. So he's Param Dhama, he's shelter of everything that we have seen. Okay. Yeah.
In the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is accepted as the purest of the pure.
Yeah, purest of the pure. Nothing can contaminate him. In fact, he purifies all others. That's why in Shuddham Apapa Viddham, that words are used in what you call in our Ishopanishad. The two words are used. Is Shuddham, is already purest. Apapa Viddhanam, prophylactic, Prabhupada uses. Antiseptic, these are the two words he uses. So antiseptic means it always is. It has a purifying effect. Anybody in come. Prophylactic also. What do you call? It never gets contaminated in turn. It purifies the others. So like that. That purport, if you go and see in Upanishad, Prabhupada gives a very beautiful understanding. So Krishna is like that. It's purest to the pure. Nothing can contaminate him. Even anything coming in contact, contamination, it will purify. He will purify that also. Okay.
In all Vedic literatures, Krishna is thus described, and the Supreme Lord himself also says in the 4th chapter, although I am unborn, I appear on this earth to establish religious principle.
Aja.
He,
Aja. Okay.
he is the supreme origin. He has no cause, for he is the cause of all causes, and everything is emanating from him.
So he's referring to the other words there. Okay.
If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, we should accept the statements in these two verses. This is called the Parampara system, acceptance of the disciplic succession. Unless one is in the disciplic succession, he cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible by so-called academic education. Unfortunately, despite so much evidence in the Vedic literatures, those proud of their academic education stick to their obstinate conviction that Krishna is an ordinary person.
So this is Arjuna's acceptance that has been substantiated here. Next, one more he says that this is also acceptance. Sarvametaritam manye yanmam vadasi keshava naite bhagavan vyaktim vidurdeva nadanavaha. Okay. Yeah. Lalit Prabhu, can you read?
Yes. Translation. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality.
Yeah. So this we have seen in the previous verses also on the, I think, verse number 2 or 3, where again, here there also he said that neither the demigods nor the Maharshis can understand me. There also he said, Sarvam etadritam. Whatever, all that what you have said, Yanmam Vadashikeshava, I completely accept in toto that Nahite Bhagwan, whereas you cannot be understood by Vidur and Dhanava. But whatever you have spoken to me, I am understanding and I understand your position completely. That has been told here. So his acceptance is continuing this verse also. Okay, please read.
But Arjuna herein confirms that persons of faithless and demoniac nature cannot understand Krishna. He is not known even by the demigod, so what to speak of the so-called scholars of this modern world? By the grace of the Supreme Lord, Arjuna has understood that Supreme Truth is Krishna and that he is the perfect one. One should therefore follow the path of Arjuna. He received the authority of Bhagavad Gita As described in the fourth chapter, the parampara system of disciplic succession for the understanding of Bhagavad Gita was lost, and therefore Krishna re-established
Sakalena mahata yogam nashta parantapa. That is the verse.
that disciplic succession with Arjuna because he considered Arjuna as his intimate friend and a great devotee. Therefore, as stated in our introduction to Gitopnishad, Bhagavad Gita should be understood in the parampara system. When the parampara system was lost, Arjuna was selected to rejuvenate it. The acceptance by Arjuna of all that Krishna says should be emulated.
Yeah. Then we can understand the essence of Bhagavad Gita, and then one can understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. This word is very nice. Sarvam etadritam mani. He says that I totally accept as truth, not that partially certain things you speak I accept and certain things I doubt. Because that happens in this world when we are speaking with people, what do you call? Because nobody is absolute. So when they are speaking, we have this doubt. ये तो सही बोलता है मगर ये मुझे doubt आता है. That is not there with the Lord, and we should not have with the Lord's words. That's why Gita has to be accepted in toto, not that some words of Gita has been, yes, this is what Krishna is speaking. This is what it doesn't make sense. We accept Krishna in full. Otherwise, it will be like Ardha Kukuti Nyaya kind of. Now, then who can understand Krishna completely? You see, here is an interesting word. Swayam evatmana atmanam vettatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesha deva deva jagatpate. Yes, Arjun Sarthi Prabhu, can you read?
Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency, O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe.
Yeah, so it's very clear. Same, who can know Vetta Tvam Purushottama? Oh Purushottama, who can know yourself? Swayam, you yourself only. Atmana Atmana. See, one Atma is used for by yourself, and another Atmana is by yourself, yourself. That is many. So here is the word where sometimes we say Atma is also referred to Krishna here. So according to the context here is referring to that. Who can know you? Who are you? Who you are Bhuta Bhavana. That we'll see in the purport. You are Bhutesha. You are the, what you call, the Lord of all the living entities. You are Deva Deva Jagatpate. You are the, what you call, supreme among the demigods. You are Jagatpate, Lord of the universe. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
A common man or even a liberated man who has realized impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma may not understand God's personality. Such men therefore may endeavor to understand the Supreme Person from the verses of Bhagavad Gita which are being spoken by this person, Krishna. Sometimes the impersonalists accept Krishna as Bhagwan or they accept his authority. Yet many liberated persons cannot understand Krishna as Purushottama, the Supreme Person. Therefore, Arjuna addresses him as Purushottama. Yet one still may not understand that Krishna is the father of all living entities. Therefore, Arjuna addresses him as Bhuta Bhavana. And if one comes to know him as the father of all living entities, still one may not know him as the supreme controller. Therefore, he is addressed here as Bhutesha, the supreme controller of everyone.
So like that, it is going step by step, step by step. So if you know this, somebody may not know the other aspect. If you know that, somebody. So like that, Prabhupada is going and saying that, okay, somebody may accept in a Bhuta Bhavana, but may not know that, but he's also the controller. And then again, he flows. He's also so, he is also that. That's why these all qualifiers goes one after another. Okay. And if one, yeah.
And even if one knows Krishna as the supreme controller of all living entities, still one may not know that he is the origin of all demigods. Therefore, he is addressed herein as Deva Deva, the worshipful god of all demigods. And even if one knows him as the worshipful god of all demigods, one may not know that he is the supreme worshipful, is the supreme proprietor of everything. Therefore, he is addressed as Jagatpati. Thus, the truth about Krishna is established in this verse by the realization of Arjuna, and we should follow in the footsteps of Arjuna to understand Krishna as he is.
Yeah, so this is the acceptance part of it. And now you'll find the request part, 16, 17, 18. So that portion goes. So now he is very clear. So from these verses, it's very clear to that Arjuna already understood what is Krishna's position, what is that, everything is very clear. And now, why he makes that request, Prabhupada also gives that. And so further thing, what is happening is Arjuna is wants to know more then. Why he wants to know more? That Prabhupada will explain in the verses. Okay. Vaktum arhasya sheshena दिव्य ही आत्म विभूतया याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोकान् इमांस्त्वां व्याप्य तिष्ठसि. Okay. I request Shikar Prabhu, can you read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these words.
Yeah. Thank you. Now he's asking about what do you call Vibhuti Lokan. How now I am asking Vaktum Arhasi Asheshana. In details, please explain how you are present in this world. You are pervaded in this world. So through the Vibhutis, can you just explain to me? Yavir Vibhutir Lokan Imams Twam Vyapyatishthati. How you are pervaded through your Vibhutis into this material world. Can you just describe in detail like that? He's requesting. So this is the request part of the section. See, read the purport. It is very clear.
In this verse, it appears that Arjuna is already satisfied with his understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjuna has personal experience, intelligence, and knowledge, and whatever else a person may have. And through all these agencies, he has understood Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For him, there is no doubt, yet he is asking Krishna to explain his all-pervading nature.
Yeah, so this section which I highlighted, this makes it very clear. That means Arjuna is very clear. He has understood it. But again, yet he is asking Krishna to explain all. See why? You see that. Yeah.
People in general and impersonalists in particular concern themselves mainly with all-pervading nature of the Supreme. So Arjuna is asking Krishna how he exists in his all-pervading aspect through his different agencies.
Energies.
One should know that this is being asked by Arjuna on behalf of the common people.
You see? So, because Arjuna has understood, people in general and the impersonalist, their understanding is like that. So, slowly, Arjuna wants to make that, Krishna, you tell about all these things, how you are pervaded through your different energies. So, he's asking. One should know that this has been asked by Arjuna on behalf of common man. Because let them also understand all that pervading, all that they are thinking, all the power, all that what they see in this material world. They may have so many concepts and this is this. No. That is also you only. To establish that fact for others. That is what Krishna. So that's why this Vibhuti section is not the meditation of a devotee. We should understand. Many of the times we think that, oh, this is for us also. A devotee is happy to hear Krishna's opulence. But his meditation is very clear. Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra, the Sachidananda form of the Lord. His meditation, he doesn't have to worry about, okay, what do you call? Although this aspect is there. I said even in the 7th chapter, Rasom Apso Kauntaya, Prabhasmisho. So yes, we can see this is Krishna's energy. So even if a devotee has to see, he has to see, oh, this is Krishna's opulence, Krishna's energy. And that's what, this is the glory of the Lord. But my Lord is Krishna, who is having Sachidananda form. I don't see Krishna is water. Yeah, when the word appeared to be like that, Krishna is water, Krishna is this. Yes, but what does it mean? It is his opulence through his energies. So this meditation or the vibhuti or universal form, this is not a meditation of Bhakti Yogis. This is Arjuna is asking on behalf of all other common men in order to slowly bring them to Krishna. is the meaning. So that point has to be very clear. The vibhutis. Vibhuti is Vishesha Bhutis, special attractions that we see in this world. The whole Vibhuti Yoga section, all that that attracts us in this world. Let us say beauty of a woman, or the shine of the sun, the soothing morning rays, somebody's intelligence, somebody's strength, somebody's wealth, all that is. And in practically in every living entities, we find some specialities that are all there. That is Arjuna is saying that Krishna will show that. Krishna will say that all that is coming from me. That specialty that we appreciate, all together, put together, anything, all together will be appreciated. So like that, so that it takes you towards Krishna eventually. So that it. So two more verses, then this section will end. You see, again he says, Katham vidyamzaham yogim tvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagavan maya. Okay. Or Abhishek Prabhu, Abhishek Zardapur. I'm sorry if I spell you wrong.
Translation: O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you, and how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered? O Supreme
Yeah. Oh, Supreme Personality of God.
of God.
Katham Svidyam Aham Yogim. So he's telling, you are a supreme mystic. How shall I know you? Sada. So in order to remember you always. Keshu Keshu cha bhaveshu. Because in which all forms you are there. O Supreme Lord. How are you to be remembered? So he's just putting that emphasis on that, on the previous request. Okay, please read. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Are you all able to hear me, or?
No, that text was loading actually.
Okay,
now able
okay.
to see. Now Arjun is convinced that his friend Krishna is the supreme godhead, but he wants to know the general process by which the all-pervading Lord can be understood by the common man.
Again, you see, Arjuna's request is, see, one should not think that, okay, you see, Prabhu, again, Arjuna is saying, no, I want to remember it. See, but you should understand what is the theme going on. It's not that a devotee is unhappy. Okay, his opulences. No. Even his opulences are spoken. He's already having his, what you call, clear understanding that Krishna Sachidanand form. That is the form I worship, I do everything. But when I see my Lord's opulences in other places, I'm happy to hear that also. That adds to his devotion that we saw in the beginning of the 10th chapter. The purpose of Vibhuti Yoga is to increase one's devotion. For others, they will come attracted to Krishna. For a devotee, he become amazed. Arey, this is my Lord's gluzi. Everywhere my Lord is there, if you want to see. Like that. So again, here Prabhupada is making it very clear. He wants to know the general process by which all pervading Lord can be understood by common man. Okay.
Common men, including the demons and atheists, cannot know Krishna because he is guided by his Yoga Maya energy. Again, these questions are asked by Arjuna for their benefit. The superior devotee is concerned not only for his own understanding, but for the understanding of all mankind. So, Arjuna, out of his mercy, because he is a Vaishnava, a devotee, is opening for the common man the understanding of all pervasiveness of the
Supreme Lord. Okay. I think your loading is very slow.
I think my internet.
Okay, I'll read. I'll read.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Now
okay. Okay, I'll read them. He addresses Krishna specifically as Yogin because Sri Krishna is the master of the Yogamaya energy by which he is covered and The common man who has no love for Krishna cannot always think of Krishna. Therefore, he has to think materially. Arjuna is considering the mode of thinking of the materialistic persons of this world. See, even he is from thinking from that. The words keshu keshu cha bhaveshu refers to the material nature. The word bhava means physical things. Because materialists cannot understand Krishna spiritually, means for them to accept Krishna's Sachidananda form, it is difficult. They are advised to concentrate the mind on the physical things and try to see how Krishna is manifested by physical representations. See, that's how he has to be. That's how they feel. One more verse, and that's how we'll end this section. Now he says, again, Vistarena, please. Vistarena atmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuya kathaya triptir hi shrunvato nasti me mritam. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Aman Kumar Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. O Janardana, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satisfied in hearing about you.
Satiated.
For the more I hear satiated in hearing about you. For the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words.
Yeah, see, very clear. Janardana, please, Vistarena, tell him in detail, O Lord, about your vibhutis. Bhuya, again, hearing your, I am never satisfied. Shunato nasti me amrutam. Your words, whatever you speak is like nectar for me. So I am never satiated. I am never, I would like to hear more and more if it is coming. Okay. This is another, so this verse is from Bhagavatam. The how a devotee is never satisfied for hearing about glories of Krishna. It is in first canto Bhagavatam. Vayam tu navitrapyama uttam shloka vikrame yashunvatam rasajnanam swadu swadu pade pade. He can never be satiated even though one continuously hears the transcendental pastimes of Krishna who is glorified by excellent prayers. Those who have entered into the transcendental relationship with Krishna relish at every step the descriptions of the pastimes of the Lord. And also anything that is related to the Lord. That's why in Bhagavatam, even we hear about the universal manifestation and the universes, because everything is connected to Krishna. That's why we hear about them. Sometimes in Bhagavatam, you will say there are so many verses just describing the dynasties. कभी-कभी लगता है भागवतम में क्या है? Only describing kings, kings, kings. One chapter only kings, second chapter only kings. But they are, because ultimately it is leading to Krishna. It is some way connected to Krishna. That's why even the recitation of the dynasty, recited names of the kings, everything is wonderful. That's why we relish anything coming in contact. So one should not think certain portions in Bhagavatam are not relevant or it is not directly talking about Krishna. No, it is connected to Krishna. A whole material world is connected to Krishna. In Vibhuti Yoga, you will see that he goes even to say that what you find even in the I am the cheaters. Now, cheating is a, but even if I am the cheaters. Among the cheaters, I am the biggest of the cheaters. So everything he puts even in the negative, which apparently appears, he puts into his opulence in that. Because people appreciate that also, he said everything. Then what to speak about all other aspects? That is a beauty. Okay, Prabhu, please read.
Yes. Now, as far as Amritam, nectar is concerned, any narration or statement concerning Krishna is just like nectar. And this nectar can be perceived by practical experience. Modern stories, fiction, and histories are different from the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, in that one will tire of hearing mundane stories, but one never tires of hearing about Krishna.
So that is a proof we find in this world, you see. Even a good song comes, anything comes in this world. You cannot, for a long time, you cannot go for a long time. People need immediately change. Change of song, change of news, change of everything. The newspaper, which is so fresh in the morning, by evening it is either it is in the dustbin or it is in somewhere lying else. Whereas you see, these books and these literatures like Ramayana, Mahabharata, same story, same thing. How is that people are able to relish it? yugas after yugas. It is going, nobody knows how long people has been reciting, and different parts of India. Anybody has, it's not that nobody knows the story of Lord Ram, nobody knows Mahabharata. They know, but still they want to hear more and more. How is that? Sadhu, sadhu, pade, pade. That is a difference between the mundane subject matter and this thing. Even all of you, those who are doing job, you all know that your studies, you get bored. Oh, kuch, in software industry, they keep on updating themselves also. Kuch naya ho jaye, kuch ye. Everything need to be, in order to keep you lively in material world, there should be always refresh button has to be put. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Because something new has to be given. Whereas spiritual, it is absolute. It doesn't have to be refreshed. It is what it is. Only thing, because of our current situation, because of we've been covered in ignorance, we are not able to understand the value. So that's why the process of purification is there. Okay, please complete it.
It is for this reason only that the history of the whole universe is replete with references to the pastimes of the incarnations of Godhead. The Puranas are histories of bygone ages that relate the pastimes of the various incarnations of the Lord. In this way, the reading matter remains forever fresh despite repeated readings.
Yeah. So this is what Arjuna's, this is the 3 verses are talking about Arjuna's request. And before that, he is accepting about the, what do you call it? The acceptance of Arjuna. Next section from 19 to 42. That will talk about the Vibhuti Yoga section 42. How Krishna starts answering after Arjuna's acceptance and request. So next we'll see that Vibhuti Yoga section, which is going to come. So that we'll try to see tomorrow. So I shall stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. So sorry for shooting for 3 minutes more. Okay. Any questions, queries, or somebody has to leave, they can leave. No problem. Yes, Mandar.
Prabhuji, yeah, this was the question of last week. That
Yeah.
one on ninth verse of the ninth verse.
Yeah.
So much chitta madgata prana.
Yes,
So in
Prabhu.
that, I have doubt about actually even Chitta Madgata Prana is also Prayojana, because it is like finally I want to absorb my mind in Krishna always and fully devoted to his, because it is like now in a sadhana bhakti stage, it is like maybe for doing when I am doing service, that time maybe for some moments that mind is absorbed, and most of the time mind is here and there. But despite that is coming in what we say Abhidheya aspect as Maranam, but it can also be Prayojan as well, no? Because constant remembrance of Lord.
Yeah. See, all this Shravan Kirtan, Vishnu Smaran, what do you think? In their ultimate sense, a devotee stops doing Shravan Kirtan and Smaran, this thing?
No, he always do.
You got the point?
Yeah.
What do you think?
He
After
always.
going to spiritual world, the path is changed. That's why for us, the means and the end is same. What Prabhupada said? What are you chanting now? Hare Krishna. What do you chant after? What is your goal? Chanting Hare Krishna. But there is difference between current chanting and there is difference between the chanting. That time he's chanting out of love. That time his Smaran is out of complete. He cannot think of anything. But do we have that at this level? But at least we are endeavoring. That's why it's a Abhidheya is process in order to reach that position.
Oh yeah.
Getting?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Anybody else has anything to say? Okay. Shall stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.